When I heard about the Burkina Faso opportunity, I was just moved in my heart that it was something that I was supposed to do. I've always had a desire to go to Africa and to be a part of what God is doing in Africa. And when this opportunity arose, I thought this is our chance. This is my chance to go and be with the great godly men and women of Africa and to be a part of what God is doing there. It's incredible.
The reason I came on this trip was to experience God's favors without the everyday blinders on in my regular life.
Well, for me, I believe I'm looking for answer still for God's will for me, and I believe that I might find some answer over here, and if it's not, I'm sure God's going to put that on my heart too.
You know, when we first got here, we had a long flight. We got in, we got to our where we were staying, and just right away, I thought, why did I come on this trip? You know, we just had come off a long journey. The rooms were, you know, I mean, we were told that we're staying in a dormitory, and of course, being the American that I am, I just pictured like a college dorm that, you know, we wouldn't have a lot, but, you know, it would just be this simple thing. And, you know, we got here, our bedroom had 3 single beds in it with basically a pillow and a sheet. And the bathroom has, you know, both cold and really cold water. We don't really have hot water. So right away after that long journey, I honestly felt like I just wanted to go home.
When you think about Africa, you think of what maybe you've seen on television. You think of National Geographic and maybe other movies that you've seen. Nothing can really prepare you for coming to Africa. You have to experience it. The people here are beautiful, they're wonderful, they're kind. You sense a real peace here in Africa that you don't sense in America.
The life here is very much slower paced, and the people are satisfied, it seems, through their actions and through their just through the way that they carry themselves and they present themselves. They are satisfied with what they have.
I think the difference, I think seeing almost the ancient way of cooking, their clay pots over the fire, using, you know, little grasses to sweep with. When we're driving down the road, we're seeing wagons, donkeys pulling wagons with dirt in it, and then right next to it is a bicycle, and then right next to that is a moped, and then if you're lucky, then there's a truck or a car. And seeing a little bit of technology growing through the years all on one road is pretty amazing. But you don't see competitiveness between the people or jealousy. I'm not seeing or feeling that between each other. It's they function with what they have, they're grateful with what they have, and it's just, that's neat to see.
It is an interesting culture. It's a more laid-back culture. They're very gracious people. I've noticed all throughout Burkina Faso, groups of people gather together. They're very social type people. They love to talk, interact. They're very kind. I have had no one yet that I have extended my hand to that has refused it. They have shaken my hand with a smile, bowed in respect. They're just an amazing people, whereas we in America, oftentimes you walk down the street, nod to someone and say hello to them, they can walk right by you or not even acknowledge you. You won't find that here in Burkina Faso. The Burkina Faso men and women are very gracious people.
I expected to help those less fortunate than us. I expected to be helpful and to show the love of Christ to others who are downtrodden. It's slower here. Life in America is very rushed. We're rushing around to do things that really aren't that important. Whereas here, they're taking their time to do what really needs to be done for existence, for their existence.
Life here is far more simple than at home. They are a very much slower pace than what we are at home. Very simple, back to the basics, basically providing food and clothing and shelter for you and your family, and it's about relationship. It seems like they have, it's about people. It's the basic provisions of life and people. And I feel at home we are so fast-paced, pursuing things. It's not only physical, material things, but it's success and power and moving up the ladder in profession. Not just having your basic needs of bread that we're eating here every meal, but it's variety, having to have something new for every meal and something different and something better. And we make life so much more complex and stressful in the United States. Here it's peaceful. People just seem at peace and they're happy. And at home we're rushed and anxious and worried and stressed. And that's probably the biggest difference that I see here to America.
Gosh, they are so friendly and so trusting, and they love physical contact. They're not afraid of strangers at all. They're almost too trusting. Children back home, they cling to their parents' legs, and they don't like to communicate too willingly. Here they want to know everything about you.
The ability for children to come directly up and interact with strangers here, it's a free, expected, friendly atmosphere. And in the States, you would not see a child leave its mother's side to go up to, especially someone from a different culture.
They are so friendly. In fact, with going back to the children again, the children would just come up to us and they'd just be willing to, they just wanted to shake our hands or, take our hands or just come up and say hello to us.